Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, again, so great to have you all with us tonight. My name is Nicholas Viselli. I am the artistic director of theater Breaking Through Barriers in New York City. And yes, we are coming to you live as live can be from high atop the Thunderdome in glorious Midtown Manhattan on this really rainy, chilly night. But you know what? We're going to make it nice and warm and cozy and beautiful for you tonight. I promise you. Um, First things first, I want to say, I want to get some housekeeping out of the way. I have to apologize to all of you. We normally do this show on YouTube with live stream captioning. So anybody that requires captioning will be able to access the show. Unfortunately, our captioning service did not show up this evening. We will deal with that later. So we do not have live stream captioning. I promise you that when we post this later on, we will have everything captioned for you. In the meantime, although this is not the ideal, if you are on YouTube and you click the CC button, you will be able to get YouTube's captioning, which it kind of mangles things a bit, but at least you might get a general idea. I am sorry about that. I'm sorry to all of our artists, and I am most sorry to all of you. That said, we are still going to have an incredible show tonight. Probably one of our best show ever. That's what I'm thinking. We've had a really, again, this is we're in the home stretch of our second week, a 14-day intensive, and the work has just been so rich. So really, to be able to create work in this way, the way we've done it in a huge collaboration during a really tense, crazy time, this is gold. So we are so happy, and we hope that you are enjoying it too. So tonight we have a really outstanding, incredible play to really warm your heart. The play was written by Tatiana G. Rivera. Tatiana has worked with TBTB for many times over the years, and I just love her writing. She has such incredible soul and such incredible passion, and she really does have this tendency to really sort of cut into the humanity, and she mines that, and that is exactly what she managed to do with this play tonight. The play was directed by Gwynn MacDonald. Now, Gwynn, you saw Gwynn's work as a writer on Sunday with the play Graham, so now you're going to get a chance to see her directing prowess. And I'm going to say, if you thought that she was an amazing writer, directing is sort of her forte. So just to give you a little taste. The cast, stellar, gorgeous, incredible people. Shravan Amin, Robin Marshall, Ben Rauch, and Patrick Toombs. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please sit back, relax, and enjoy Tatiana G. Rivera's Find Your Love.
All right. Welcome back, listeners and watchers, to a lovely Thursday night in New York City. You're watching Motown Mornings, and I am your hostess with the mostest, Robin. And that was My Girl by The Temptations, requested by caller Samantha earlier this evening. Samantha, we wish you luck with your move, and we send you blessings for your love to flourish in this next phase of your life. Because tonight, we're talking about love. Tonight, we're talking about that deep-rooted, body-numbing, punch you in the gut kind of love. And we want to hear about yours, your love of you, your love of life. We want you to tell us what still got your heart going, or for some of you, how your heart is aching. We have our next call of the evening, Dean. Hi, Dean. Welcome to Motown Mornings.
Hey, Robin. So excited to be on the show. Thanks for having me.
So, Dean, how's your love doing?
Yeah. So my love is great, actually. Really great. I'm getting married next week.
Oh, what a blessing. Tell us about it.
My fiance is incredible. The most amazing human being I've ever met. We've been together for years, but living in separate countries for the last year and a half. Needless to say, I am very ready to marry her.
Wow, living in different countries for a year and a half?
Yeah, I know. It hasn't been easy on either of us. The stress alone. In fact, I had a trip planned to see her next March, and then, well, we all remember when the world shut down. After the pandemic threw a wrench into everything, we realized we didn't want to be apart anymore. Long distance was no longer an option for us. So she's making an honest man out of me. And I'm happy to start the next chapter of my life.
I'm sure you are. Now, tell us a bit about your journey to her. What was dating like for you?
Uh, it was rough. I dated a lot. There'd be 2 or 3 or 4 year relationships with great women, but nothing ever really felt long term. Every relationship felt like it had an expiration date, to the point where I was convinced settling down wasn't in the cards for me. And then, like most things in life, just when I had resigned myself to being happily alone, she came into my life, and it was like tasting air. Fresh, clean air for the first time in my life.
Magical.
Without a doubt.
So, next is marriage, then.
A wedding here in Israel, getting settled back in the States, living life a bit, maybe getting a farm?
Wait. You're calling from Israel?
Shravan.
What is it like 4 a.m. for you there?
Uh, yep, 4:13 a.m. to be exact. Jet lag is a bitch. But I'm not complaining though. I'm still stuck in quarantine before the wedding. I flew in last week, so it's probably best for everyone to get my jet lag out of the way while crashing at an Airbnb instead of at her annoying her at her place.
The jet lag is truly, truly terrible.
I'm just, Robin, I'm so lucky to even be in this position that I don't want to get caught up in the negativity of complaining, even about jet lag. My life is in such a great place right now. I just need to focus on that.
Such a beautiful, positive energy. We love to hear that.
For me right now, I have to keep focusing on the positive. I lost a few people to the virus. Some deaths I took particularly harder than others. And I saw how easy it was to get locked into the sadness and aggression of it all. Especially when you see people pretending like nothing is going on. Walking around without masks, no physical distancing. I understand that everyone must deal with the stress of the pandemic in their own way, but being a selfish prick about it and actively rejecting rules that are saving lives sort of gets under my skin?
Can you tell me about it?
So I continue to try and shift my emotional energy into the good things. My music lessons and students, my writing, my composing, and my fiance. Once we're married here in Israel, we'll fly back to New York City to have something smaller so my family can celebrate too. And it's just figuring out the rest of my life with the love of my life.
What you mentioned earlier may involve a farm. Are we talking chickens, goats, cows, or?
All of the above. And as soon as I can figure out how to domesticate elephants, I'll have a couple of those too.
Well, it doesn't get much better than that.
All things considered, I'm an incredibly lucky man.
Your love is overflowing and you deserve every bit of it. Thank you for calling in, Dean, and thank you for sharing your love and positivity.
Well, thanks again for having me and letting me gush about everything.
It's been our pleasure. Do you have a song request on your heart tonight?
Yes, I do. I would love to hear You Are the Sunshine of My Life, and I'd like to dedicate it to my girl, but also to everything else bringing me light right now.
You got it, Dean. Now, listeners, what I want you to take from Dean's story isn't the pressure to be positive all the time. It's getting you to find the love in your life that is fueling you. It's getting you to channel just a fraction of your emotional energy into what recharges you, into what nourishes your spirit, so that you can make it through the day, so that you can lean on the love in your life, so that you can find more of it. And I'm going to be honest, audience, it's a lesson I've always struggled to learn. New tricks on a stubborn and anxious mind, you know. So when the road is difficult and when your mind is going every which way with worry and disruption, what gives you the motivation to keep going? What is the good love in your life? What is keeping that heart pumping and getting you through the craziness of the world? We'll chat with our next caller after this next uninterrupted set of Motown classics. And we are back. That was Have You Seen Her by the Shy Lights. Tonight, we're talking about love, and not just happy love. We're talking about every inch of that gorgeous, messy, complicated, confusing, overwhelming thing called love. What does love look like for you right now? Where in your life is it flourishing? Where could it use a little more attention? And now for our next caller. Arthur, you're on the air.
Hey, Robin, how's it going?
Not too bad, Arthur. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay.
Where are you calling from tonight?
From my parents' house in upstate New York. I've been shacked up with them since this all went down.
And how's that going for you?
It's going.
A grown man moving back with his parents during a once in a lifetime pandemic. I'm sure it's going just fine.
I know. I didn't want them to be alone in case something terrible happened. I wanted to make sure I could be around to help them. But it's been a half a year now, and the dynamic is difficult.
And your love?
Also difficult.
Talk to me.
Well, you see, Robin, I've been incredibly lucky to have been able to stay with my parents during the pandemic. I scurried up here from the city when everything shut down, thinking I wouldn't be here more than a few weeks. Then a few weeks turned into a few months, and now it's almost like I'm never going to leave. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's been great being back here, having bonding time with my parents. But the guilt is aggressive.
Oh boy, tell us more.
Well, I'm in my mid 30s and still single, which is the big point of contention. They want grandchildren. They want to see me settle down, playing the role of husband and father. Except I've been in the settling down age for a while now, with nothing really to show for it.
Because you're still single.
Yeah, but like, the no house in the suburbs, no minivan going to soccer practice, no Sunday night family dinner kind of single. I thought I'd hit all my life benchmarks once I leveled up to the appropriate age. I always assumed I'd stumble into all of it at some point, like autopilot would kick in or something. Then the world came crashing down and magnified everything that was lacking in my life. And now all I feel is the crushing weight of their impending deadline.
Not at all an easy place to be.
No, no, it's not.
So your love is a little complicated.
Complicated, non existent. It's a toss up, really.
No. There has got to be some good love going on over there.
No, you're right. There is. I'm just a pessimist. A realist? No, a pessimist. Wait, which sounds better? I think what happened to me was that I spent so much time investing my emotional energy into my career that I didn't leave much else to invest in the other areas of my heart. And I don't regret making that choice. But while I could keep busy with work and just ignore everything else before, now there's just endless time to self critique every damn thing.
What's been occupying your mind lately?
Well, there's this girl.
Mm.
We've been seeing each other on and off for the last few years. She's great. She's beautiful and interesting. And I really enjoy spending time with her. But there's this disconnect, and it's holding me back from taking things further with her. And I don't want to come off as a jerk here, mostly because she feels the exact same way. Neither one of us has made any attempt to move things along. And it's like we're both really solid placeholders for one another uh, until we find our something better, but in a really healthy, full disclosure, non-degrading way. Except now, I can't stop wondering if I've just been wasting my time. And did I hurt myself by spending all these years with someone who isn't long term?
No, I don't think so.
You don't?
Absolutely not. You didn't waste these last few years. You invested in yourself these last few years. Your interactions with her have taught you things about your spirit and your personal value, your desires, your love language, your mental health, relationships, friendships. They teach us all those things. And I think it's a blessing that you two have recognized your eventual parting.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I love her like crazy. I do. She's just not what I need for a lifetime. And I know she feels the same about me. But my parents are getting older. They're bored. They're ready for grandkids and big holidays. They want to see the proof of their legacy. And since we lost my grandmother this year, it feels especially important to reproduce and extend the bloodline by a generation, you know?
That's a big responsibility to put on yourself.
Yeah, and kind of an impossible expectation to meet during a pandemic.
Indeed. So, what are you hoping for in terms of your love?
I guess I wouldn't consider myself a romantic, but I'm ready to partner up with someone for the long haul. I want to love someone completely and be loved completely. So I'm hoping to meet my equal and live happily ever after, or the realistic version of that. So if any listeners out there, are interested,
Be sure to patch them through. Do you have a song on your heart tonight, Arthur?
uh, no, no, I trust your judgment on this one.
Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for listening, Robin.
Finding love is never easy, y'all. And love in the time of Corona, near impossible. But what is so important is to never stop putting in the work, working on yourself, working on your various relationships. The world may be ending, but you are still worthy of honest and true love and attention, especially from yourself. And with any luck, you'll come out of this stronger and more grounded. We wish that for all you listening tonight. Now, here's a little Can't Hurry Love for you. I am so humbled by your beautiful comments on our page, listeners. What a beautiful thing to see. So many of you finding love and searching for love and learning to love and challenging love. And thank you to our callers for being so honest and open with their stories for the audience tonight. Next up, we have Patrick. Hello, Patrick. Welcome to Motown Mornings. How are you this evening?
I'm doing okay.
Just okay?
Yeah. But I'm okay with being just okay.
Elaborate on that.
I guess I'm just so unsettled with so many things in my life. My job, my love life, my family. They're all pretty strained right now. And it's honestly just a win to get up in the morning and get through the day.
The little victories, the small wins, they're all still moving you forward.
Exactly. And I'm hoping those small wins snowball into something amazing. Because my love is very complicated right now. My relationship with my dad is strained, which made staying with my parents through the first 5 months of the pandemic complete hell. And I keep going in and out of flings and could be relationships. And now I'm just striking out left and right because of the pandemic. And my theater career is at a complete standstill currently with no real end in sight. And just the state of the world keeps screwing with my emotional peace.
How do you mean?
Just the crazy idea that I'm trying to build an honest life geared toward my goals when there's a gross amount of people in this country being killed by stupidity and inaction. But like, how do I justify my own life's demands and requirements when so many other voices aren't even given the chance to be heard?
So how do you justify it?
I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out how to make room at the table for me and for others, how to advocate for myself and marginalized communities. It seems pretty straightforward, but there's so much for me to learn that sometimes I feel like I'm failing everyone, including myself.
And so how is all of this affecting your love?
I guess it's the same logic, really. Learning how to love myself and someone else at the same time. Learning how to find love in the disaster of everything around me. My career has been put on pause, but I started taking acting classes to keep that love alive. My relationship with my dad is strained, but that just resulted in me spending 5 months getting closer with my mom. I'm mortified by the racism going on in our country, but I'm also recognizing how there's so much for me to unlearn as an ally.
Mm.
And while I have been striking out with dating these last few months, I'm discovering where I need to start establishing some boundaries.
Boundaries for what?
Boundaries for accepting the love I deserve and for denying love that takes advantage of my heart. Really, in every aspect of my life right now, I'm figuring out what I deserve and how to advocate for it. I'm trying to improve myself every day. I'm experiencing some serious emotional growing pains, but I feel like there's no better time to do it than now.
And to what end?
For more authentic adventure, for more genuine excitement. It's frustrating living in this sort of limbo in so many aspects of my life. But without this experience, I don't think I could have learned so much about myself so quickly. I don't think I could have learned about my darker side and the personal cost of constantly performing happiness for everyone. I'm learning about the friendships that I'm growing into and the friendships that I'm growing out of. And it's all culminating into this weird meta understanding of my life so far. And it's eye-opening. I'm exhausted and empowered.
What a declaration.
I'm just so grateful for the personal growth. I'm grateful for learning personal forgiveness. It helps me know that being just okay is honest and necessary and valid. Because before the pandemic, I was pretty occupied with being a light for everyone around me, that I didn't really allow myself to feel low. Now, if I have a dark day, then I need to have a dark day.
And how do you avoid a dark day from fully taking over?
I don't know that I have the answer to that. My depression and anxiety have been on such high alert. And sometimes trying to get yourself out of a funk feels like you're fighting against the wind. But I'm learning that I have to go through it. I have to challenge myself. And that has helped me to appreciate my breakdowns for what they're teaching me rather than just getting lost in the sadness. My heart hurts, but in a good way. Does that make sense?
You know, I've always said that heartache is one of the most beautiful things you can experience because it shows you that the old ticker still works.
Yes, and I am forever grateful for that reminder.
Thank you, Patrick. I'm sure your story has left an impression on many in our audience.
No, thank you. Your show, your words, your ability to connect people has been so important for me and my emotional journey.
Do you have a song in your heart tonight?
I do actually. People Get Ready, I think really speaks to the reckoning that's about to happen in our world. And it also gives me the strength to keep fighting and learning how to love myself.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Patrick, for calling in tonight. Now, before we play Patrick's song and kick off the final uninterrupted set of music for the evening, I just want to leave you all with some much needed advice I recently gave myself. We are all human. We are all human. We are not superhuman. Find forgiveness. Find it hard. Forgive yourself. Learn from the mistakes and move forward. Sit yourself down and breathe, even when you think there's no time for it. Release what's got a hold on you and find your love. Find your love on purpose. Find it by mistake because it is there waiting for you. Thank you for joining us this evening on Motown Mornings. I'm your host, Robin. Thank you and good night.